What happens when you finally build an agency that you said you wanted? You bought back your time, you have good leaders, the business doesn't need you anymore, and you have a bunch of time left. Suddenly, you're faced with the question most agency owners never prepare themselves to answer, and that is, now what? I've found that one of the biggest reasons owners won't let go of their agency isn't operational, it's personal. They're afraid that if they no longer are needed in their business, they won't know who they are outside of it. In today's video, I want to share with you something that's helped me tremendously and how to start building a life beyond your agency without losing the agency you've worked so hard to build. So pay attention. I think this will be helpful. Today, I'm going to talk to you about preparing for life beyond your agency. Now, not after your agency. This is maybe one of the biggest things I see agency owners are afraid of. They think if they let go of their work inside of their agency, they won't have a life beyond it. And so therefore they stay in their agency maybe too long, where their team, their executives that they've hired to do the work actually want to give you that freedom. But it's a strange balance. And so I thought about what are the things that actually go on once you're in that CEO role or you're in that ownership role where you don't even have to show up. Maybe the CEO role where you have people leading your agency. What's that life look like? What do you focus on? And when you focus on it, you can grab onto it just like you grab onto your agency. You're just holding on and focusing on different things in your life. It's not letting go of your agency. So let's talk about those things. Your health, love in your life, and the social aspects of your life. Now, this could mean a lot of things to a lot of people. So let me break this down. When you look at health, there's mental health. Do you approach the day with good attitude? You're motivated. You're not depressed, like, oh, I'm not working in the agency anymore. I don't have any value. What's your outlook on life? That impacts your world tremendously and those around you, whether you're talking to your agency leaders once a week or once a month or once a quarter. But there's this mental attitude that impacts not only your agency connections, but your community, your family, everybody around you. So you got to have good mental health, good physical health. And I always like to say brain, heart, lungs, flexibility, like limber, stay limber. So whatever gets that, do you go to the gym? Do you like me? I love to work in the yard. And so I'm constantly doing things in the yard that maybe I should pay somebody to do. But for me, it's exercise. I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to that. So you got to think about your physical health, your financial health. Now, there's a whole way to get yourself to a point where your agency pays you every quarter from the profits that it gets, and that's what you live on. When you're able to do that, that's borrowed from Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the Cash Quadrant. And when you make it to investor or owner, where you don't have to show up and your agency runs, produce profit, and you get to live off of the profit you get to take out of that business, man, I'm telling you what, it will take the cap off of your world. But guess what? People are afraid to do that because they think their value is in the work, doing the work. Your value is in leading and getting to the point where you get this financial freedom. And then spiritual. Now, a lot of you out there are Christians, or you could be Mormon, you could be Buddhist, whatever it is, whatever God is to you, or universe, the humanity of it, deep thinking, meditation. Some people use tap therapy. There's lots of kinds of things, but whatever connects you spiritual to or spiritually to the world and to what's beyond this world, the thing that keeps you humble, you have to have a connection to that stuff. Remember, we're talking about life beyond your agency, and so you have to look for fulfillment outside of the work of your agency. And these are things that you can focus on. So love, you got to love yourself before you love anybody else. Deep love for yourself is okay. This is not selfish. This just is like self-talk, having a good system of reward that when you do good, you get good. You know, when's the last time you told yourself you love yourself out loud? It's a little strange to think about, I know. But if you're a Christian, you know, self-love is God loving you. There's other things that go into that. But love, you have to love yourself. You have to love your family, and you do that by giving them time and attention and showing empathy and care for them to help them out. And I know this one took a while for me to get because I was so focused on work, and I'm still focused on work. But I also, when I am with my family and I do things to spend time and give them attention and show them care, I do my best. These are all things to work on. You got to do your best at. So there's these two biggies, health and love, but you also have to have a community, a tribe. Now that community a lot of times is just our agency and the people at our agency, and maybe some outside of that, but you have to engage with family, obviously on the personal and business side. So community is broken out on personal and business, and you have to have good friendships. If you think about all the octogenarians, the people who live over 100, one of those things is family or friendships and community. And you have to have a reason for that. Joy. You have to bring joy into your life and into others' lives. It's just paramount that you do that. And you can do that in a ton of different ways, but be thinking about it. Now, the last thing that kind of ties love and social together, and maybe even health, but is experiences. Being and a part of helping support, helping grow different experiences that gather community and family and health. Tie this all together. I know this is an important thing when you're feeling like your value has been tied to the work you do. And now when you don't have that work, that's what scares people. That's the serious, scary part. So these are things I want to give you that you can focus on. You can keep your score. So, you know, I've been flash jump here. Is this in good shape? Keep it up. And you're the judge of this. If this needs a little attention, you know, give it a yellow. If it needs to be prioritized, give it a red. And you kind of can score yourself. So if you have good mental health, you know, whatever you're doing to keep that good positive outlook and attitude, keep doing it. Physical, maybe I don't get the exercise. I need a little bit more attention. I've kind of been slacking. Financial, am I providing for my family? Am I paying my bills? Can I save? And can I take care of myself for a while and my family for a while? Spiritual, do I pray? Do I go to church? Do I meditate? Do I find time to connect with what's larger than you? Self-talk. When I pay attention to how I talk to myself, what is it? Like, oh, am I worried about this? Or am I worried about that? Or, doggone it, this person's really ticking me off. Have I had a conversation? There's a lot of things you can do to talk to yourself and soothe yourself. Are you spending time with the people you love? Are you spending time with the people you love? And when you do, are you engaged or are you off somewhere else? Do you have friendships that are personal and business that are kind of outside the day-to-day? A lot of us as agency owners are really tied on the business side to our community there, and that's fine. And sometimes you can get to a place where you mix both, which is great. I have my personal community is golf, I love golf. I have a whole set of friends that know me as the agency owner. And most of the guys are corporate guys, but they're all golf. On the business side, I really enjoy having the podcast and talking to other agency owners. That's maybe where I get it. And then I go to different events. I've got an agency in 7FA. I've got an agency over with Jason Swank and his group, and talking with others like Audrey Kwan and Agency Together. And there's a list of agency communities that are growing. Bring joy to my life. Now this I mix with my mental health and my physical health and my yard work. I love it when the yard looks great. We also mix in experiences with my family because we work together outside. My wife and I, we're doing more and more of that. And we just love looking at the yard. I know it sounds crazy. Like, hey, all of a sudden I'm my dad. But it does bring me joy. I really connect with it. And experiences. Now I put a red here just because a lot of us work a lot and forget that we've got to do these things out there in the world. And it's not just all about work. At least that's how I was up until maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, which is pretty sad. But I'm happy now. And those are things you got to be doing. So this is a very crude model, but I wanted to give you guys some things that you could grab onto that are beyond your agency life, that help make it so you don't have to be so afraid of letting go, and you can focus on these things in your life. All of this, all three of these things and everything tied to it is really about what your purpose is, what you're here to do and be. And these are all tied up in that. And I hope you found this helpful. I know for me, it gave me something to grab onto, to focus on, to get better at, because that's what I was used to in my agency life. And now that I don't have to be there every day, these are things that I can monitor and grab onto and live my life and not let my agency live it for me. And I can help you do that. I can help you get to this place with your agency. And there's things you've got to work on to get here, but I'm telling you, you can do it. And man, is it amazing. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it when you can get here. And if you want to, I can help. Hey, thank you for watching today's video. I wanted to take a little break here and ask you something. If you are a marketing agency owner and you're feeling successful about what you're doing in your agency, you're making money, things are going well, but you feel a little bit trapped and you're kind of searching for that next thing, that next big thing to solve, I just encourage you to stop for a second. And before you decide what to do next, learn your agency owner archetype. It's free. It teaches you about your personality and your identity, and why your identity keeps you in a loop of making the same move over and over again, and makes it so that you and your agency are kind of stuck in the same place. Anyway, it's a great report. It only takes a few minutes to fill out. Get your agency owner archetype today, and thanks for watching.